Wearing the frog bucket hat once again this morning. So here we are. I'm not going to do a full reaction video to some of the earlier ones, especially since they're so short and there's not much to be even said about them. They're just introductory at best. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. And I promise my hair is not nearly as messy as it looks. It's just that the shorter hair comes out of the braids all the time. It's just because of how I layered my hair. Neither here nor there. I also just woke up, so I need to be rebraiding it soon. But I'm lazy. By lazy, I mean I'm actually motivated to do something that feels far more pressing at the present moment. ADHD, woo! Or maybe it's the autism, I don't fucking know. Anyway, so I have pulled up on my computer. I kind of have the entirety of, I've worked very hard to kind of organize into these like little seasons basically of Amberlynn. Like I said, I will not be doing this with Chantal because I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her. And plus, I'm sorry, but Chantal be nasty. I don't want to hear your poop stories. The fuck? Ew. I don't want to hear about your hobo burger trade stories, man. Ew. Ugh. Man. Ugh. Ugh. Gives me the heebies. So, Chantal is... Chantal, for my own fucking peace, does not get covered on this channel. Though I won't say that that's a permanent thing, however. That might change going forward, depending on if there anything interesting develops, or I make any observations that are like, oh, wait a second, I should probably say something about that. That's actually a very fascinating thing that I hadn't fucking thought of before. But I did, however, want to posit the idea that maybe... So, in this first video... Ew. Oh, it's my own hair. Sorry. In this first video, she's talking about, like, being nervous and awkward and starting a weight loss vlog, a weight loss channel. Now, she says that she's doing it to hold herself accountable. And I feel like the audience has taken this and run with it for many, many years now. But it's specific in her wording in that she's using it to hold herself accountable, not so much that she's having her audience hold her accountable. So what if this was really just a thing that was intended to kind of create an external form of pressure for herself to create an internal motivation for herself? What if that was the original intention and it just didn't end up panning out that way? And everyone misunderstood what her original intention was. That's just a little theory that that's been floating around in my head. I've rewatched this video like 500 times, I'm sure. Because I genuinely find the journey to be very fascinating for Amberlynn. She's had a very fascinating arc here on the internet, and so I just think that's a very interesting thing that I feel like people haven't quite considered from another perspective. Because I know that there for a minute on my vlog, I was, not to make it about me, but just to make an example to kind of relate to. There are things I like to hold myself accountable by having the external pressure to do so. And I was wondering if maybe she had a similar such approach. I'm going into with my channel and everything, with everything I'm doing. I was going into it consciously aware of the fact that I was not seeking external input on the matter or on any of my personal matters, but more so that I just wanted to kind of have an external form of pressure to continue keeping on, I guess. To continue keep going, I guess. If that makes any sense. Because, you know, we all have struggles. So I was wondering if maybe that was actually her original intentions and that it had been misunderstood all of this time, and that she didn't have like maybe the words to put that forth. That just devil's advocate here. I could very well be wrong, and she could have absolutely meant that she wanted her audience to hold her accountable. However, I just feel like that is not a good idea from any kind of standpoint. You never want to be having a bunch of strangers that you don't know on the internet holding you accountable, because oftentimes you're not able to share with them the entire honest truth, because you're going to conceal things from them to protect yourself and your own peace in such instances, which we find that she has done extensively in her many videos in which she would be lying about binging and gaining weight, and so on. So it was just an interesting thought that like occurred to me, because I've noticed that there are quite a few channels similar to hers that similarly floated the same idea, but I think that they meant for it to be an external motivation to keep them on the right path. Not so much, it's like I have to continue uploading and staying on track for the audience. And it's not so much that the audience is going to be telling me that I'm doing things wrong, but more so that I know within myself that I need to do this for my audience. You know, what if it was that kind of approach? What if that was the thought process? Or at least one of these people in Girl World had to have had that thought process originally, or maybe not consciously even aware of it. But I don't know. I just thought that would be an interesting alternative theory to float, because it could be possible. It could be possible. So yeah. Also, the snake bites, man. There's a reason I don't mess with lip piercings, man. I don't know. They be hitting against your teeth, man. That's wearing down your enamels and shit. That's bad for your teeth. I'm glad I never did anything like that. I'm glad I never got my lip pierced. I wanted to. Now I'm older and I'm like, I could get my nose pierced instead. But off topic. Here I am off topic. Sorry, I got distracted because she's got her little snake bites, yo. One right there and one right there. I'm sorry, but like, I feel like the shark bites always looked better. I feel like the forced symmetry just feels too busy, but like when you make it a little asymmetrical, it was always something that I found so pretty. I like shark bites better personally, but that's just me. As far as visually goes, I only really do that stuff with like cartoon work. But yeah. So that's kind of was an alternative theory I had pertaining to Amberlynn starting this channel. I don't know if that might have occurred to anyone else, because I'm noticing that a lot of her uploads at the start are just her trying to, once again, show up and be accountable for her own sake, it would appear. Because the next video is weigh-in, dancing, more awkwardness, squat. The next video after that, squat challenge day 1 plus random, 50 things you'd never want to know about me tag, adorable cats, dog, first try at merging videos. Yes, the early editing days. The I'm sorry video, which somehow ended up on this playlist twice. Oops. Let's see. The Voice, food recommendations, and more silliness. Squat challenge day 2, semi jewelry collection, chubby dog plus a shout out. Squat challenge day 3. We see a bunch of other random shit that's just tossed in between, and then you see the continual squat day challenges, doctor's appointments, and you see her kind of actually consistently uploading a health journey during those early days of the YouTube. And I feel like that what originally was to be her motivation and accountability kind of turned into the very thing that probably pushed her away, ultimately, which is kind of fascinating. Oh, look, I just found one of my old comments from like a year ago. Oh, wow. Huh. Like I said, I rewatch this video all the time. Like, I rewatch this video a lot. For analytical purposes. But yeah, I just thought I would float that theory out there. This is a really long video for no reason. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do better. But anyway, so like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to. Like I said, keep it decent, okay? I will not be harboring any kind of a hateful kind of a environment here. We don't need that here. Like I said, that shit can be affecting somebody else who might have more in common with these girls than they are comfortable admitting. And I'm not here to judge anybody about these matters. I'm here to take an academic approach to all of this, frankly, because I do find it very fascinating. Furthermore, I shall now bring this video to a close, actually. So, with that said, stay safe, take care of yourself, and remember, toads are to frogs what tortoises are to turtles. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.